Homework, homework, homework. Many students despise having them, and even hearing the phrase homework makes them sigh in distaste. Why is homework assigned when students would go to great lengths to prevent their teachers from assigning it? What exactly is the purpose of homework? Why does it have to exist in the first place? Good morning, everyone. This video presentation is about the functions of homework and its guide principles. What is homework? Well, it is an activity or task given to the students and expected to be completed outside of regular classes. In simplest sentence, it is the schoolwork that a student is required to do at home. Now we are going to unveil the functions of homework that many of the learners are failed to acknowledge. As for these, we have Vatheroth, author of ASCD member book Rethinking Homework, as the reference. She cites the following as the functions of homework. First, we have free learning. The homework is a preparation for an in-depth discussion of the next lesson by getting an introduction or a background. Have you ever observed how our teachers would offer us homework on a topic that had not yet been discussed? Many of us were puzzled as to why, and some even complained, claiming that the lesson had not yet been introduced, but there was already a homework assignment. Why do teachers provide it to students ahead of time? Well, it is to prepare the students for a later conversation or discussion, and it's also a technique to find out whether they have any current thoughts or existing ideas about it. It offers the teachers an idea of how the learners feel about the topic. Next, checking for understanding. By way of homework, teachers gain insight into student learning. Teachers might use homework to have a better understanding of their students' progress. If they are given homework after each discussion, it will be easier to check their understanding of the lecture. Teachers will be able to tell whether students understood the material or whether more explanation is needed. It will also be beneficial to know if the teaching style was effective.
I am Bonshin Dinamiada, the second reporter. The third functions of homework is practice. Homework provides students the opportunity to practice or extend the material learned in the classroom. Doing homework can really help the students to understand the lesson or comprehend the material that they have learned from the teacher during his or her discussion. Because now we do believe that homework plays an important role in every student's education and also their performance in the school. The last functions of homework is processing. In doing homework helps the students develop critical thinking and problem solving skills. Again, by doing homework can really make the students think the very best way of answering their homework, which will really develop the students the way of thinking and looking for an answer. And not only that, also their minds will be open to creativeness when doing their homeworks.
I am Zain Esra Malalahi. Together with Siti Maika Isnang, we are going to report about the guiding principles in the use of homework. So you will encounter here about a set of principles for making homework as effective as possible. First, the purpose of homework and outcome of homework should be identified and articulated because homework teaches students responsibility. It helps students form a hardy work ethic that they will take with them to college and beyond. Second, homework tasks should be differentiated by difficulty or amount of work. Common reasons for student not completing homework is due to it being too difficult for them, or simply they are not being engaged in the task. So delivering differentiated homework tasks can help to improve completion rates of homeworks. It should be differentiated also by the amount of scaffolding provided. In order to differentiate it, you have to modify instructions to meet students' individual needs and learning styles. Also, it should be differentiated by learner's learning style or interest because it makes tasks more appealing to students. It increases their desire to complete works if they are interested, and resulting it in a higher completion rates. Third, parents' involvement in homework should be kept to a minimum. The role of parents in doing homework should only be facilitative. Yes, parents can help children excel in homework, but in a way na they set a regular time, removing distractions, monitoring children, or providing them a guidance. Not in a way na parents do a homework alone. Children can't learn with that. Fourth, if homework is assigned, it should be commented on. Of what use is homework if it is not read, evaluated, and returned? So if you assign homework, you grade it, you comment to it, and get it back to students as quickly as you can. Because it has been proven that specific feedbacks or comments to students is the most powerful motivator, and it has greater impact on learning.
My name is Siti Maika Asisnang, and I'm going to continue the report. Number 5. Move from grading to checking. Focus on feedback. So what do we mean by this? Meaning that grades are not necessarily good tools for encouraging learning. Perhaps the most controversial and difficult concern is that grades may not help students learn. So in fact, with Gaskis 2003, according to his observation, that grades on homework often get in the way of learning, demotivate students, and create power struggles between students and teachers and between students and parents. So, and also we have also the researcher Ruth Butler 1988. She examined 3 types of feedback: grades, and comments, and just comments. So she found grades alone left students either complacent or unmotivated, and grades with comments were equally ill received, so students jumped straight to the number. However, when students were given comments alone, they demonstrated the most improvement of the 3 groups. So, Butler's research is just one of many studies to confirm these findings. Like in the classroom, educators have continued to report successfully outcomes from focusing on feedback rather than giving students grades, rather than using letters and scores to reward or punish. An increasing number of teachers around the world have found that removing the focus on grades allows teachers to tap into authentic and intrinsic motivation to learn. Number 6. Establish and communicate a homework policy. So, the benefits of publishing a good homework policy is that it guides to the parents, and also to the students. So firstly, it manages students' workload, which it sets out the expected amount of the time students should spend on homework will help prevent an overload. This makes it more realistic for children to complete homework tasks and minimize the detrimental effect it could have on family time, out-of-school activities, or students' overall health and well-being. Second, it connects parents with educations because parents' engagement in children's education has a beneficial impact on a child's success in school. A great way for parents to become involved and have visibility of learning topics, offer support where needed, and understand their child's progress. So, a homework policy encourages consistency for out-of-school learning and helps students develop productive working practices and habits for continued learning and independent working. That's why it is important to establish and communicate a homework policy. So last, number 7. Establish homework support programs during PTSA meetings. Share tips on how to make homework time successfully. So of course, during the PTSA meetings, you are going to meet your students' parents and of course advise them, give them tips about how will they help to their children doing homeworks, to help their children doing some homeworks such as the following, like designate a well-lit space for homework, for Is it does their children have a room that motivates them to answer their homework and establish time to do the work, use the calendar to plan when the work can be done if schedules vary. So of course, the students will learn to use their time, to have a time management, and of course ask students specific about the school day and what needs to be done each night, and tell them the numerous benefits of homework and provide a statement that parents can use with their child, and assure parents that you want to hear if the student needs a lot of coaching from parents.
And that's all about guiding principles in the use of homework. Thank you so much for listening.